Yeah, I heard about this one, but I don't really want to watch a fucking 4 hour standoff. I know the guy's just doing whippets, and they just sit there for fucking 4 hours watching him do whippets.
Off we go, roughly about 45 miles an hour. Again, driving on surface streets. Good afternoon, I'm Philip Palmer.
Yeah, I watched him do whippets for like 3 hours. Awesome.
A police pursuit. You're looking live at a image from Air 7 HD on West Rosecrans. We believe this is in the Compton area. This driver failing to yield is what we've, for the most part, seen at this point. There's not been a lot of reckless driving, but we did see a pit maneuver by authorities in a circumstance very similar to what you're seeing here, where they pitted him and he just simply drove over the median in the grass and just kept going. There was no damage to his vehicle.
Damn.
And he was able to continue.
It's a shame we missed
on.
that.
So we've seen the driver
Also, where's Chris?
balloon, it looks like, and possibly inhaling whatever is in that balloon. But
Oh, he's not even doing whippets, he's just doing
NOS.
NOS.
Why they are failing to come to
Man's
a
huffing the
stop.
balloons in there, huh?
This is a kind of environment where we're going to see how dangerous this pursuit gets. So far to this point, the driver has pretty much followed traffic laws, stopping at intersections, waiting to go at green lights, but just not pulling over for authorities. And again, they've tried
He's a
one
prime
pit
cell.
maneuver. We're going to see now what they're going to try. We've seen an officer jump out of the vehicle and start to approach the truck, but then the truck drove away. So now you see here, again, at the intersection with West Rosecrans Avenue, and I don't know what the cross street is. I can't really see the cross street on that one, but he's just sitting in the left turn lane, allowing for traffic to continue to go by.
Are they like trying to sneak up on him or something? Playing this like a stealth mission?
So look at all of the officers around. He is not restricted in moving forward, which they wouldn't really want to do.
Thanks to the Bits
that would put
Fandango.
officers at risk, but he is not getting out of the vehicle. So you can actually see again there the balloon in his hand.
I can see that.
Looks to be up near his mouth. So we don't necessarily know what's going on there, but
Yes, we do.
you can make
Don't
your own
worry, we do.
assumptions. Again, we're watching to see if he will get out.
I'll tell you, he's probably not,
and surrender
you
to
know,
authorities.
inhaling helium
Right now, they
and
are
making
not
goofy
approaching him.
voices.
The last time we saw this type of circumstance, again, the officer in that vehicle right there opened the door as if he was going to get out and approach, and then the driver just drove away. So we're now waiting to see what this pickup is going to do.
Why is the
We don't
officer just kind of
necessarily-
inching up on him?
There's no opportunity necessarily.
It's like meeting a
to
dog for the
at
first
this
time, and
point,
you don't
but
want to like
right now,
startle it by going
we
for like a
are
pet
at
too quickly, so you
standstill
like
as
gently
we're
lower your
looking
hand
to
in
see
there
what happens with
before
this
petting the
person.
dog.
From the other side, you could tell that the window was down. We can't really see anything other than the contents of the back of the pickup, which again look like tree stumps. I only bring that up, and that there is some weight in the back of the pickup truck, which would give it some stability as he's driving, if he were driving at high rates of speed. But he's not necessarily. He's just not pulling up.
Oh, he was waiting for a pit maneuver.
There's another pit in the intersection. If he follows suit, which he did.
Oh shit! He's like a glove. Oh boy! Oh shit!
Continuing
It's like a game of pinball.
bump him and try to stop him, but now look as he has moved.
Oh,
a couple
boy.
people standing outside.
Why not just
taking their
put-
cell phone images?
Far be it from me to question the methods of the department, but if the idea was to box him in here, why not box him in here when he was preoccupied huffing nos for like actually 3 minutes at this red light? They had so much time, but instead you had officer action over here that just really wanted the pit maneuver. You could have boxed him in here and it would have been much more efficient and quicker. I don't really understand what the point of that was.
Watching to see lower.
Cool pit maneuver though, I guess.
Bump him and try to stop him, but now look as he has moved on. You have a couple people standing outside taking their cell phone images of it, and this is almost exactly what happened a moment
Cell phone videos, not images.
They did the pit. There's a spike strip.
Whoa!
We'll see if that got the front tire.
I don't think it
It
did.
look like as if he got it under
Trying to
the
booby trap him
driver's
now.
side front wheel, and if it did, we'll see that tire start to disintegrate, and the driver will lose at least some control of that vehicle. But they might have missed him, and we'll see. He's going about 45
give
miles an hour,
Sub-Unicorn.
41 miles an hour, so that is not excessive when you talk about this area. But he, again, has eluded authorities as they did a pit maneuver. But I was surprised at how many officers were there. And as I look at it, I can't really tell, but it does.
He's stopping at every red light. If the idea is to pit maneuver into a box, boxing him in, why not just box him in right now?
But no, from my perspective, it does look as if the tire is intact. So maybe they did not get him. Now we've got somebody. No, okay. So the officers again. There are plenty of officers behind. It was LA.
Yeah, there's a lot
that we saw. And
they got a lot of boys out there.
Again at an intersection, and you see.
Looks like a scene out of Fast and Furious about to go on a race.
The driver doesn't dangerously enter the intersection, and that has been a consistent behavior on this person's part. The only thing that we've seen them do is 2 pit maneuvers, and at neither time did the person stop. They just drove across the median and started heading in the other direction. And so now here we are with sheriffs again. This on Rosecrans now at North Acacia Avenue. And the driver continues to not yield. And there it is again. You can see.
Oh, here comes a pit maneuver. He's lurking.
Balloon,
I can see that desire in his eyes. Here she comes.
And there is another one. And we'll see if
nice.
The sheriffs change tactics at all to try to pin him in a little bit more.
Why change tactics when it's working so well already?
Go over those medians, and he's done it again. Now he's going in.
Oh, he's grinding it.
This is where it begins to get dangerous for other people because
like a Tony Hawk stunt there. He just got like 600 points from that grind.
Stopping, and he's going.
That was a hard slide.
Traffic. So now we've gotten off of Rosecrans, and we are on a side street here at about 25 miles an hour. No word on if there was any damage to the undercarriage having gone over that curb. And
he is actually stopping at stop signs too. Instead of pitting him,
pretty hard on that
we could just come in here now and box him.
Look like there's any damage to the vehicle, and the person.
He stops at everything for the sake of more NOS.
Checking both directions and then slowly driving away, but somehow he's now eluded authorities and 3 pit maneuvers.
Man's probably so zooty pantsed right now he doesn't even realize that he's like in a police chase. He's probably like, oh my god, that is so impolite. I just got bumped in a fender bender. Well, I never.
Through. So now we have an officer approaching from a different direction, and again, this is now West Elm Street, turning off West Elm. Again, West Elm and Acacia, it looks as if so. But you do have the risk now that you're in this part of this type of driving that there could be bystanders that come out into the street, might not realize there's a chase underway, could step out and put themselves in harm's way. So officers are going to have to take that into consideration. You see this person.
Not sure, Bobby, but it's pretty interesting so far.
We have an officer there, and there is a spike strip that he is driving right over. So
yeah,
we have no doubt that he hit the spike strip that he is.
Well, he literally stops to look at it. You're like, oh, this is an interesting contraption, and then just slowly drives over it.
There is a spike strip that he is driving right over. So that
surely that has to be maximum efficiency on the spike strip.
So that's going to
spike strip.
The front tires of this truck, and you can see the thread, the string, the rope there behind. So
oh boy, he stole the spike strip.
His vehicle, and we're going to see how long.
Add it to the list of crimes. Now it's theft.
Be able to. He's going to be able to continue driving with that.
Man, everything I've seen from these chases makes me think they need to do something different with their spike strip technology.
Now, but you couldn't even really tell if that was a spike strip or if it was something else.
Some other
that
tool.
They threw. Another device that they threw under the vehicle because it didn't look like.
Things are recent calamitous.
No,
and yeah,
sure
I know that
not,
game, Iron. I haven't played it yet, though.
Listening to you
Thanks
for
for Iron.
the last 10 minutes or so, this guy is determined to get away at slow speeds, as we are seeing. And
very slow.
3 pit maneuvers that they attempted?
At this point, yeah, there've been 3, and again, you see the people on the sidewalk. So driving in this neighborhood puts folks that are just minding their own business at risk, regardless of
it does
how
put them at risk.
Safe he's driving.
And what was remarkable that there were so many police cars there, and he just weaved his way right through them. I was expecting some of the officers to be a little bit more aggressive and get in his way.
Oh, that was the first pit maneuver that we missed earlier.
I guess that would be a reason why
before the coverage started. Oh, nice.
you know, encircle him.
Well,
Now we watched
at
every
those
pit.
points, you're not wanting
Now
to
we're
put
caught up.
officers at risk because you know, to this point he's not driven recklessly. He just
Thanks for the
refuses to
replay on the
stop. We have
Jumbotron.
been told that it was indeed a spike strip that they put under there. There was a doubt between the two of us. It just didn't look like
Thanks to
standard,
Rafi and Cameron
a
and the Bits
standard
Bob.
spike strip. But to the right, you see the videotape of what this person has done
The Prime Yoshi.
previously. So it's this fine balance for officers to try to stop him from moving forward without putting officers at risk. So they're not going to really block him in if he can get any kind of movement going forward. They're going to, if they can get him so that he can't get going fast and cause them pain, then maybe they might try to box him in. But that's the spot there on the right is when I thought he might damage the undercarriage of the truck, possibly break the axle by driving over in such a manner of those.
Oh, I lost him behind the tree.
He hasn't, and he's just.
Oh wait, the officer just opened it. Oh, don't tell me this is where the
They've
spike
opened
strip
their
finally
doors.
works.
So, unfortunately,
I can't see.
We can't see why he has stopped.
Let's swing this helicopter
Due to
around.
damage from the spike strip. Now, there
Oh,
he goes
nope,
again.
there he is.
Yeah, and he's continuing. And if you're just joining us, this is happening in Compton. You see the driver of this pickup truck evading.
Welcome back to
police
the action.
After three pit maneuvers.
Oh, is he out of balloon?
And,
Nope, there it is.
One attempt at a spike strip, and this guy is still going. And as you can see, there's a balloon in his hand. We think it's a balloon. Looks like a balloon.
It is a balloon.
Looks like he is inhaling something.
Yep.
And that would be
Right, you are.
The helium.
possibly helium
Yes.
and any number of things. This was.
Brother, possibly helium? What do you think he's doing on his way to a child's birthday party to make, like, a fucking comedy sketch for them with a goofy voice? Helium? Why are we pretending we don't know what he's inhaling? Jesus.
We don't understand exactly why he's trying to get away from authorities. At one point,
Well, yeah, he's
they
fucked
did
now.
go into a surveillance
Unless he
mode. They were
busts
kind
through
of
the
watching
fence.
him. Generally, he's been in light traffic, but this again is the kind of.
He got
stuff
himself
that-
confused
so now there's
there.
nowhere to go. He is potentially on a bike path, it looks like, and is now. He's now pinned in. He can't go forward.
Yeah,
Officers are
so this
not
is where
at
this
risk.
one
And
reaches
look
its
at the
standstill
number
for
of
4
officers
hours,
behind
huh?
him. The big risk, I would think, at this point is that this person might try to get onto the bike path and
Driving,
potentially
yeah.
try to drive on the bike path. That would be something that authorities don't want. And because if you're on the bike path, there's quite literally nowhere to go if you're a cyclist and you see a truck coming at you. So they certainly don't want him going forward, but that's kind of his choice at this point.
Yeah. And you see the law enforcement officers behind him. They've all exited their cars. They're all holding weapons. Again,
Yep.
we don't know what the
They've
initial
got him.
want for this pursuit was, and we don't
This
know.
is- this is
they know
busted.
whether he is armed and dangerous. And so this guy.
I'm going
seems
to wager a guess he's
capable of
probably
going to
not.
that
All
balloon.
he's doing is
Funny to me.
inhaling
Well,
his balloon.
The balloon has deflated and inflated. So
Yes.
my assumption is that he is inhaling whatever it is he's putting into the balloon, which would suggest, and I can't say this for sure, but it suggests that he's under the influence and would be acting irrationally. Now you've got a dog that's right there in front of the vehicle. So again, you wouldn't want that to
An astute observation indeed.
away. You certainly don't want to put the dog at
Sharp
risk.
as a nail, that dog.
You just worry
The,
about
the
bike
dog
path.
did
You
scoot
see
by,
officers here.
a valuable witness.
So they are going to try to keep him from heading that direction. The concern I would have is if he were to turn right. That seems to be the direction that his vehicle is pointed, and if he somehow got onto that bike path, hopefully he will not make that choice.
Yeah, and my understanding is we picked this up at about 12:40. May have been going on a little longer than that, but that is the information we have so far. So we've
Okay,
been
so this goes on for
following it
4
for the
hours. I'm not
last-
going to sit here for fucking
very
4
long.
hours
He
and
doesn't
watch
seem to be
this.
reacting.
But he's got the window down, and so if
I'll
he's
skip
wanting fresh
around.
air, he's just poking his head out the window. And again, if that is helium and he has inhaled as much as we've watched, he's certainly not in his right mind. And so
It's
now
not helium.
He is yelling at sheriff's deputies who, off screen to our right, his left, you could see the officers just beyond our frame here on that bike path. They might have moved from there, but that's where there were a couple of officers. There they are. So they're
Man, they got him
actually
flanked,
moving
too.
back. He may have yelled at them to the point that they want to reduce the.
Some negotiation underway.
It looks as if he's complaining that they hit him in the arm, he showed them his forearm, and he's clearly talking to them, yelling at them, and it is. He was recklessly driving balloons. That comes from one of our.
Is he out of balloons
they
now?
Approached the vehicles. No.
Now he's trying.
Oh boy, now he's heckling.
Or maybe he's ready to surrender.
He does have his hands up, but that is not how they want him to surrender. He's gonna have to follow their commands before they are going to change anything that they're doing. He's going to have to open it up and back up to them. They are not going to let him say, stop shooting.
Right. And now we can say that he was wanted for reckless driving. That has been confirmed. So
I would hope that was confirmed. I would agree with that.
Initially.
Yep. I think that's probably correct.
If he was also under the influence, you can see why. Because, here we go.
Oh, they got the riot shield out on him.
To do is because he continued. They do have less than lethal, you can see.
Wait, why did they just back up?
He's not ready to come out because he just put the window up, then back down. As they approached, he put the window back up. And when they backed off, he lowered it again.
Stand back or I'll huff more nos.
What are you going to do?
He is. I don't know if there's anything else. It begins to.
In that cap.
Maybe they just wanted to like hang out for a bit and
I can't
talk.
tell if he's,
He's going for it.
So they're going to pull back now because again, you don't want to put officers at risk. But he's not going to back that truck up anywhere. Look at the tires.
Though.
So
Well, let's see what kind of power this Dodge has. Or it looks like a Ford, I think.
which could cause a fire of his tires as well.
This just goes to show you that the spike strip was worthless here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will really heat up. So he should be careful himself.
Yeah.
But again, to say he's not in his right mind would be very possibly. I think something. Yeah, I think that's.
It's a Chevy. Is it a Chevy?
Definitely under the influence of something.
Yeah, and he's behaving incredibly erratically now, and it's simply he just doesn't want to get out. So you could look.
No, it is a Ford. Okay, I thought
they
so.
Removed the
spike strip.
The spike strip, so another officer could get behind that vehicle and add just a little bit more in the event that was necessary. But that's the thing about a pickup truck as well.
He's trying to smoke them out.
Right now, other than those tree stumps.
An interesting strategy.
Programming.
Multiple fire. So tasers.
Man, he is still burning these tires, huh?
Bullets. And there he goes with the tires again. So you have any number, but it is generally a descriptive sounds in there to try to bang a. Challenging for officers when they have everything under control except they can't stop his inhaling and his behavior, which put him in this spot.
Yeah, ultimately you have a myriad of things going on. One, he's under the influence. Two, every time he revs the engine and backs up and backs into the radio car, you've now escalated a DUI, which is a misdemeanor, into a possible assault with a
Thanks to Tier 1 Blake and the Risa Blue and Clayton.
They're not going anywhere.
The bit's
He's
easy.
not going anywhere. They're willing to wait him out because it's a safe situation in retrospect.
And I mean, if you can see the
He's a
shot,
prime
you look
dookie.
here, it does seem as if they have a negotiator. He stepped away. Now he has come back. He has something in.
Why don't you come on out of the truck and we'll give you some more balloons?
Or whatever. But I was making speculation that if he can give him something that's non-threatening, it's not a problem to let him have it. If it'll get, it looks like he's got water.
Good bargaining tool. He's going to be getting thirsty.
I'll give you the water if you come out of the truck.
Correct. It's a negotiation.
Big brain.
You want water? We'll get you water. Give me something. Get out of the vehicle. Surrender. No one's going to hurt you. What else can I give you? What else do you want?
Thanks, Risa Wicked.
It's a total negotiating thing.
And it does look as if the man has water, a bottled water in his hand there. I couldn't see that. That looks to be what the officer in the dark shirt right in the center has.
Deputies fired tear gas and pepper balls? What, when? Where?
Being around pepper spray and tear gas like that, I've got to think he is desperate for a drink of water.
When did that happen? Where's the tear gas?
But that's to my point of, and so the officers have been more than willing to take the left.
And just the fact that he's still trying to get away and trying to back out of that.
Like 20 times way
is.
earlier?
Yes,
Fuck me, Jesus.
That lessens the be able to go forward, and that might be what sounds in there. But it is, at this point, we have not seen shots.
Give me a
fired.
timestamp.
We've seen less than lethal action, but you don't want any officers in any potential line of fire. So it seemed as if he was kind of waving somebody off, maybe if they were over there by the wash, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But
Went way too far back.
Further violence or confrontation.
Yeah, and we had some officers move up a little bit closer to the
It was
other
2450.
deputies. I wonder if
Doubt it. That was still like the
indicated
chase.
anything, and the
Well, I guess not really.
Whippets, which they use to fill the balloons, or they sometimes use whipped cream dispensers. The gas is inhaled from the balloon or the dispensers, so that's very possibly what's been happening here. So thank you for sending that to us. But you're looking.
Oh, they're getting him.
Much without that. So now they've got the just caustic tear gas right in.
Yeah, they sure did.
You're fighting gas with gas. This man's been huffing NOS for like an hour now. Tear gas is going to do nothing.
That comes from one of our executive producers.
That could be
He's
one
immune.
of the reasons they were stopping him. Maybe someone saw him with the balloon, and they thought that that was enough of a reason to try to get him to stop.
Or if he was under the influence already and driving erratically. There's so many reasons why.
Okay, let's go back forward.
The passenger side window.
Is there
looks as
timestamps
if
for
it's
this
been
one?
Broken. And remember,
No,
we
not for
watched
this
multiple
one.
times as sheriff's deputies walked up that sidewalk, up side too. He hasn't done much other than, house or come on and leave the area.
Hey, do you guys mind if we come inside your house and eat something? We've been out here for over an hour and a half doing fucking nothing. I'm getting hungry.
So you kind of have your choice, I would assume, because you're now technically within a crime scene once they put that tape up. And so, people have their lives. And, we talked about not having much of an impact to the area at large.
The bike path?
To happen. Safe, but they have.
Trying to get. Could spark some flames.
Ooh.
Oh, well, if you.
Jesus
if you
Christ, Rod. Thank you for another
do
50
enough with
drop.
the tires, you could set the
Jesus
tire
Christ,
on
Rod.
fire.
Thank you, man.
Officers don't. That right there, Thomas, that's, he's,
Really appreciate the generosity again.
Deputy vehicle.
Just outside that crime scene. That line of fire to get back and forth.
The circulation. But these are some of the things that we've seen in the past.
I'm not sure why the officer is pulling back on that SUV.
Honestly, this guy's got a pretty big brain strategy. It's a long-term play. He's going to make sure all the officers are sunburned.
Spike strip when they were pulling up to bump in.
Because they weren't ready for this. They did not apply any sunscreen lotion.
He did.
That's for sure.
Flat tire, so they have flattened the tire there, and I don't necessarily know what is needed to move, other than maybe they're just wanting to move that vehicle out of the way. But they are repositioning it, and that vehicle, actually what had happened was he had tried to push that SUV out of the way, and just as a precaution, they backed a second police car, sheriff's vehicle, up against the rear bumper. But when they did that, they actually ran over the spike strip that had been laying down to prevent the suspect from getting away. Flatten their own tire because they couldn't pull it out of the way.
How? The spike strip, this guy ran over in like actual textbook fashion. He looked at it, made sure the spike strip was down properly, beautifully, slowly ran over it, and then accelerated, and the spike strip did nothing to his tires, and yet somehow the cops, hit their own spike strip and it pops it instantly. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And just again, we mentioned the housekeeping note just a moment ago. But
Thanks
because of this
Cyber and the resub
standoff coverage,
idea.
Cameron Hall is at 1:06.
Maybe Mars.
General Hospital will re-air at 2:06 a.m. Clearly, you're not probably staying up that late if you're up at this hour. He has in the canister, providing all of the information that his expertise can provide to people who are going to make the decision as to the next step for these officers. Because the person
just keep throwing tear gas in there. Flashbang him. I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. Like, you can clearly roll up and just throw anything in his window. Throw in a note that says, please get out. Like, fuck, man. Anything.
He's almost looking into the rearview mirror, and he could at some point pass out. He could.
They've already thrown one tear gas canister in there. Let's just start, like,
sleep. I mean, you look at
flashbang.
Him,
More tear gas.
he's not behaving as he was when we first started the standoff, when he was hanging out of the window, you know, repeatedly.
Oh, did they tear gas him twice? The other one was at 45,
if
50.
in some way he is coming down off of his high. The odd behavior is he continues to talk to them. Even
Oh, yep. It looks like they did tear gas him twice.
As they approach, if he starts to move, they've generally backed off. So here they go. They're putting that in there on him, and he's still got that canister. See the canister that he has?
Oh, shit!
Well, but look in his hands right now.
Those fast
That is a
reflexes.
massive canister of something.
He just threw it out.
Yeah, he threw the tear gas out, which I think is why they fire the pepper balls in there. They throw the pepper balls at him so that he.
What pepper balls? I haven't seen any of those.
Is he inhaling from the?
Maybe directly from the canister, but that is a huge canister that he's got there now.
Canister.
That goes a little beyond.
I see it, yeah.
That goes a little.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay.
the-
All right, he's going right to the source. No balloons necessary.
You know, the whipped cream kind of canisters that we were talking about a minute ago, but who knows what it is. But yeah, what they're doing, it seems, is they approach with tear gas that will really make breathing in the cab difficult. And the way they keep him from grabbing and throwing
Thanks to
it out,
Bitsy
which we
Unicorn
saw,
or some Wonder Boy
is to
or Wonder
fire
Boy.
a lot of less than lethal rounds in there, whether those are rubber bullets or pepper balls or whatever they might be, because then he's less likely to reach over and grab.
He's got that Tipman on him right now. He's got the paintball gun out. Just hit him with a couple paintballs.
But he has
Just get him with the bang, bang, bang.
to be more than capable of
Paintball is fun as fuck.
fighting off their,
He might even enjoy that, actually.
rounds and grabbing the canister and
That was
throwing
the
it
first
aside.
time. That was the first time I saw him do that. Did you see that
I
earlier?
think-
Oh, the spider? I remember that
Somehow,
one.
maybe they're on
Spider
the
had that
window,
double
or maybe in
trigger.
the cab, but
That shit was
when you
cheating in
get one of-
paintball.
because there are guns pointed right at the mouth of the bridge, and so you can't put people.
Picture on the left, you can see that he is again gesturing his hands, trying to communicate or communicating with that driver.
Intake.
Been very.
If more force is necessary to end this, are
Who
they ready?
do they have out here? G.I. Joes now? What? Man, this guy's armed to the teeth. Good lord, alright. Yeah, they called him Master Chief, I guess. Yeah, not wrong. About to drop in the ODST troops.
ready to end it, or do we want to keep going and keep letting it play out? But they're going to explore all options. And
Despite the tear gas and the.
Oh wait, what the fuck? Yeah, they got like the National Guard out here.
He's been under the influence, we assume, and that be.
see what he's going to do because of nicotine. Is the negotiator? Will he tell him? You have a couple options.
What?
here,
Why?
or will they just
Why
come and
though?
surprise
That seems
him
like
and, use
so unnecessary.
measures that don't let him know what's coming.
They've walked
Yeah,
up to the
you know,
cabin
they're
fucking
anything
3
going to
times
do,
now.
Such as a use of force. However, they are going to.
Surely they have to know he doesn't have a weapon or
You are
anything.
ultimately end up going to jail. Why don't we just end this whole thing? We got you water. We got you things you wanted. Got you a phone maybe to call relatives. Let's end this. Let's all go home.
I will say, Bruce, I haven't seen them actually give him anything like that. So, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was when I think David was talking about earlier. They tossed water to him. I think.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
something.
Yes, yes.
yeah, we saw them toss water, but
Yes.
I've not seen him.
Well, can we
Bruce
Uber
was
Eats
saying just
some
in
food to
general,
him, maybe?
sometimes they'll get
Wine
a
and
phone.
dine him, maybe?
We haven't
Get him out that
seen,
way?
Any evidence of that, but maybe we missed it.
Put like a large rotisserie chicken on the end of a fishing line to
But
lure him
also
out?
I was thinking, is it likely that they're trying to reach his family, and maybe get their help to de-escalate this?
Yeah, that's entirely possible. You run the license plate, send somebody to the house. Maybe, hopefully, that is a good address that they can talk to. Residents. It's not impacting the.
Oh shit, they're rolling up.
Main Street, but you are seeing the deputies approach, and I fully believe that there is going to be a resolution on this. That they're going to have to go in, open up the door, drag this guy out, and take him into custody. At this point, I
That
think
looks
they
to be
will
the only
do
way.
that.
Well, we see the SWAT officers approach.
Oh, nope,
so that
must-
they could take
must have been too
something
hairy.
out Of that sheriff's.
He looked at it. He looked at them with
vehicle,
the nos again. And he said, "Don't make me.
So
Don't make me do it."
Interesting. He turns around and watches. But what also is interesting is that he's monitoring them by looking in his rearview mirror that is there on the side of the driver's side. When they come from that other side, right?
Been joined.
In that vehicle.
So now,
Jesus Christ, they got the SWAT unit out here.
Bruce, I liked what you said.
We need the experts. This guy's good. It's fucking Jason Bourne in that truck.
When they approached and they threw the tear gas into the passenger side, is there an officer, because we saw they had 4 or 5 officers coming up, is there one officer whose job is to kind of watch the interior to identify anything that might be in there that could be used as a weapon? Do you have individual assignments?
Oh wait, here's another replay. Oh, is this their first tear gassing or second? I can't remember.
Out of the cab of that vehicle.
I think this is their first tear gassing.
Yes, great point.
Yeah, that's their first one.
I'm on scene. I am orchestrating what is going on. I am telling Deputy Smith, you're going to deploy the tear gas. Deputy Jones,
bring him or any officers. And what do you think? What the Bearcat? It's going to go beside it. How is this going to give a better vantage point for the officers? Since the officers seem to keep going right next to this vehicle with, a shield.
Yeah, ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to swap out
the Bearcat
for that patrol vehicle, which is at the rear of the pickup truck. The problem lies, you have a very narrow street with cars on both sides.
But why? Why are you swapping out the police cruiser here with the fucking SWAT Bearcat? That's so unnecessary. They have walked up to this goofy goober's window fucking 5 times. 5 times. They have to know by now he has no weapons beyond huffing nos, which I guess could be like a Bane level power-up juice, maybe. But like they have to know there's nothing in there. Surely at this point they'd be like, alright, we'll just drag him out, I guess. What the fuck? Thanks the resub. Quippy. Oh, and another fucking 50 drop, Rod. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Rod. Thank you for the generosity again.
Very big vehicle. The Bearcat is...
They could be assuming explosives. If they're assuming explosives, I don't think they would have walked up to the window that many times. I mean, I guess that is like a real thing that could be a danger with that gas canister in his car. Like, I guess you could just blow that up. I mean, I don't know, though. That seems... I don't see how putting a Bearcat behind it necessarily helps with that.
Is a heavy-duty armored vehicle.
There's the resub Sully, Hippo,
car, does that now cause
Puff, Rubber, and Gentleman.
Here and back up, endangering the officers? Or are they going to try to deploy a spike strip to the rear or something like that?
Because he's going back.
What is a spike strip to the rear gonna fucking do? It doesn't. Jesus Christ!
Or maybe the spike strip that's wrapped around the wheels on the other side. We can't see it right now. So you can just see a slight bit of it on the ground there from the passenger side. So there is something that's disabled his vehicle as far as being able to steer or move.
Thanks, the
so
resub Jelly Roll.
Anywhere. I mean, I'm surprised they had 2 Bearcats in this close quarters.
Yeah, but however, that is how our Special Enforcement Bureau rolls. It is a SWAT call-out, and so they will roll multiple Bearcats out in addition to other resources. They may even...
Until he got the arrow, and he...
Oh, shit, here we go.
And eventually began
the day is saved.
In a manner of speaking. Yes, I mean, at some point, you do sober up, but if not, if he continues to huff, I mean, if he just continues to use it over and over... nothing changes. And here comes the Bearcat.
Yeah.
Woo!
How, you have these cars that
they did it,
and then you can see the barrier.
Okay, he's not moving. He hasn't moved in 2.5 hours, and now he definitely won't.
These are tight quarters right here, Bruce.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get...
And luckily they have 2 more, just in case.
That patrol vehicle. And like we just talked about, it's a very tight street with cars on both sides. It's going to be tricky, but that's what they want to do, and so they're going to do that.
How much is
this
this
Prime Warrior
shielding them from whatever he's watching? Because, you know, if you, the difference between that Bearcat and that SUV is remarkable, and he's not going to be able to see as much. He hasn't been able to move for over an hour, but by putting that Bearcat there, he's not going to be able to see them either. Is that
the element of
what they want to
surprise,
do, or is that just a product of what they're doing?
Yes, definitely. You're 100% right. You know, if he can look back and see what's going on, maybe he comes up with some other mindset. But the fact that the officers are shielded from his view and they're formulating their plan, bringing whatever tools of the trade to bear, he can't see that now. So ultimately, that does work out.
There's the Bits Mac and Tier 1 Mitch.
Favor, but also, as we talked about, having that.
And yeah, I did see that, Mars. We've talked about it.
A fire, we'll call it, where they can look. And that can last for a couple.
Now he is absolutely not moving.
Huff or sniff it, and
Another Bearcat.
It's a fast. It's a fast.
Yeah, this is like a game of
what type
Tetris.
What kind of behavior somebody would sort of exhibit if they are using something like this? We did see the person looking like they had a.
You can never be too sure with the power of an F-150.
If it was just nicotine or if it was, you know, marijuana, we don't know. And
what's going on, Io?
That's what law enforcement is trying to figure out.
What's going on?
We were also talking, Bruce. We don't see this suspect on the phone. So I know that we're seeing the negotiator on the phone quite often, but I don't believe that negotiator's talking to this person on the phone.
Yeah, the negotiator may be talking back to
Els Harp and Tier 1 Dalton.
Trying to say, hey, we need a patrol
cat.
One of the helicopters
along West.
Chris! They woke Chris up. They're like, "Oh my God, please get Chris in here. Anything, God, I can't do this anymore. Please, Chris, save us."
I tell you that from your shot, what we saw just a moment ago is just another little thing that is being done, and that was removing the dog from the grass. You know, they removed the people. The dog across the street had been there throughout the duration, just kind of casually laying in the front yard. And in your shot, we saw a deputy.
There was a dog there.
And remove the dog. So I'm saying that from the sense that, as Bruce has been talking about this is a SWAT operation, and everything is going to be in place so that no one else gets hurt. There is no other problem. You see that the Bearcat is parked in the yard. So maybe they were just moving the dog so that the dog doesn't run away and become a problem. Who knows? But
now they have a forward operating base.
Did move back away from the vehicle.
That's good.
SWAT came in. They put the Bearcat in. They have clearly taken over, which
Tier
Bruce
1
told us that's what
Mad
they were
and
doing.
Tier 1
But
Nathan.
they've also
The
kind of
Llama.
removed the negotiator from direct communication with this person. They were right next to him. They were actually able to talk back and forth, but they have now moved back as well. So I don't know if that is a sign, if Bruce is with us still, I don't know if that's a sign that there is an indication that they might be getting ready to move forward, but they are seeming to move all of the obstacles out of their way.
Yes, all the obstacles, like a dog in the nearby yard.
Sorry, Bruce, go ahead. I was just going to say to Philip's point, it looks like SWAT is formulating a plan, and they are going to tactically approach this vehicle and render this situation neutral.
And then, Chris, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, my guess, and I wonder if Bruce would agree here, that when they do decide to make their next move, I wonder if they will actually put that Bearcat in reverse and replace that Interceptor SUV with the Bearcat to kind of bring that Bearcat as close to the vehicle as possible. That might be an indication, and oftentimes we do see that, but might be an indication.
Let's see if they do just that. Let's see if Chris is on the money.
Driver look.
He's not. Stand.
And kind of
to the person. I mean, you know, Minnesota
activity. He's more inebriated than anything else, which you would think will play into law enforcement's favor here.
I think they're just literally waiting for him to have to take a shit or something, or get like really hungry and thirsty that he's just like, all right, guys, look, we've had our fun. Let's get some food and call it a day, huh?
Responses, and what we've been seeing as well, it makes you feel lightheaded or you hallucinate, and it's.
Bruce is still going back to.
And
It's been 3 hours.
The biggest
Not getting out of the vehicle.
I could see where they
One of those.
time to disorder.
And we've seen this stand up for quite some time now with very odd behavior. We're going to catch you up on everything when it comes to the details.
That's an understatement.
But this has been a long afternoon for the officers in pursuit. And as you can see,
He's a tier 1 Knox and the resub Aaron Crawford and gift sub unknown.
Sitting there with strange behavior inside the cab of this vehicle.
Yeah, there was 3 separate pit maneuvers that took place. This driver was able to maneuver away from law enforcement to then find them.
Those higher rank
Could present a whole new set of problems for.
They just got away from it. It's like, all right. Literally anything else, please, God. Well, what's happening over here,
I can
Letitia?
tell you today's been a good day in the mountain communities in the fact
That's
that
good.
it's been clear weather, sunny skies, allowing people to, if they can, even
They told the, well, there's the other Bearcat. We got 3 in the mega mix now. They told the commentators, the casters, like, hey, you guys can just go home.
Sure, okay.
Man, this is more just like a casual get-together at this point for the whole department. Surprised someone doesn't wheel out a little grill and start cooking. Like, that might even be a good play, like, try and entice him to get out of the car for some, like, high-quality cookout food. There's the Bitsmars. And the Prime Baros and the resub. Brandedy, Silver, and Action. Oh, this is a new angle. Oh, yeah. I get to see it from all sides. What is the resolution? It has been 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Copy. Vehicle with the rear tires flat, not really anywhere.
Hey,
for the
welcome back,
suspect
Chris.
to go. But the one thing that is new here is that the LA County Sheriff's Department has pulled in another armored vehicle that has now made their way into the neighborhood along that bike path where SCB officers are now strategizing on whether to approach that pickup from a different angle. There is that third Bearcat, making it the 3rd armored vehicle now on this prolonged operation.
They've got the undercover espionage crew out here too in the unmarked white vans with the satellite dishes on top. What the fuck is this? Who do they think he's communicating with? Alright, maybe we'll deploy an EMP. Take out the gas canister. No, fuck. Wait, it's gas. EMP's useless against them. Shit, he's thought of everything. Holy shit. That's the news? Oh, is it? Is it the news? Usually news is in marked vans, aren't they? At least the ones in Tampa. I don't see any markings on these. I assume this is like the quintessential, like, undercover cop shit. Though I guess it's not very good cover if there's like a satellite dish on there. Maybe I'm not familiar with what the news vans look like in Cali.
On whether to approach that pickup truck from a different angle. There is that 3rd Bearcat, making it the 3rd armored vehicle now on this prolonged operation as they try and strategize, again, how to extract the driver from that pickup truck. Certainly a precarious situation. They don't want to agitate him or spook him. He is believed to be heavily under the influence, but again, we will continue to monitor their each and every movement.
Indeed, he is heavily under the
I'm
influence.
Chris Christie, ABC 7, Eyewitness News.
Where is this one going? Is that one going back to base? We're gonna need more reinforcements. I'll summon the squad. Oh, maybe it's gonna meet him on the other side of this, and they'll have, like, Mortal Kombat over this bike path. What's happening over here? Is this guy part of this? Or is this just a passerby? Hey! What's going on, big guy? Hey. What an afternoon, huh? Can you believe it? Oh my god. How does this end? Holy shit, they just cut the feed, don't they? Oh my, is he still there? Is he just still there? ABC7's like, holy shit, this was 4 hours. That's enough. Fox 11, it continues? Okay. How long does this go on for? What the fuck? Okay.
Describe as
driver.
So
The deputy.
individual.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds though. Alright, I'm back. There's a resub, Smokey. And the bits Deathish and Rebecca.
Still just waiting him out. Would it be typical in this situation? Obviously, talks about crisis counselors and people trying to call him. But would the sheriff's deputies on the ground there, especially the SWAT guys, would they be yelling out instructions as well?
In the initial confrontation, so to speak, with patrol deputies, they were certainly trying to control the situation.
Oh wow, they actually did park the other Bearcat on the other side of this.
I'm sure he
Very tactical, just in case that guy gets a ramp to jump off from one side to the other.
To bring him out through the deployment of that gas, which he defeated not only to the open air, but also probably with the influence of that chemical that he's utilizing. As the tactical team is on hand, certainly you will constantly remind him that he's that
stay many hours. I can't quite figure it out.
You and me both.
The advantage because he's obviously enjoying his euphoric feeling. As Alex showed, he's dancing to who knows if it's actually audible music or within his own mind. But
There's a resub, Skirt,
it certainly brings to light
and
the
Fox.
professionalism and patience of not only the frontline patrol deputies from Compton, but also the tactical operators as well, the tacticians.
His insights. I guess your years of experience of doing this and waiting people out have sort of prepared you for that. That's part of the gig, huh?
It does, and we've had a lot of SWAT deployments in the Compton area and surrounding area, which includes.
Man, if this guy just brought some snacks and some water, he could have actually just been here all night.
The county of Los Angeles. And
Like, actually just, you know, maybe even forever, depending on how long the snacks last.
What's impressive about the reverence for human life that the sheriff's department.
This would actually be an incredible diversion if his friends are criminals. He'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna go occupy the entire LAPD by just, I don't know, going for like a small drive and then parking somewhere for a while. You guys go commit a lot of crimes. They're gonna be kind of low.
Then you'll be able to address that deadly confrontation as well. But those incidents are more rare than people think. I think the TV shows and the police shows
There's the resub,
and movies and
Afric.
things of that nature show a situation where
Viewers know that are from LA and not from LA that they are hearing from a retired assistant sheriff right now on YouTube and foxla.com. You can stay with us. We're going to still be here for you with Marla Tejas anchoring. but Alex and I will start the 5 o'clock newscast. I was at a great event this morning I want to share with you at 5 o'clock. So we're watching this standoff here, and Jim, you and I were talking earlier on, if we can just kind of, as we sum up our coverage here and we transition to our 5 o'clock in a minute.
The
issue we're seeing here is a lot of restraint. And
Not sure, Vero. Hope you get something you like, though.
Over the decades when it comes to stand, but you
confirms, with example on
hour.
We are waiting for a press conference to begin. We're waiting to hear new information from LA County Sheriff's Department. That is the agency that has been involved with this first pursuit that started in the 12 o'clock hour this afternoon and has now
just casual 4 hours.
The pursuit ended about 1 p.m. at this wash here, this flood control area in the city of Compton.
I'm excited to see that press conference.
And the driver was seen inhaling an unknown substance. As deputies arrived, they saw the driver was inhaling a known substance from a tank. Fearing that the suspect was gonna drive off and create a public danger, as well as the danger for the public. Also, with the driver inhaling an unknown substance, the deputies believed that the driver was under the influence. The deputies attempted a traffic stop on the vehicle, but the driver took off.
Thanks for some Skitty, Pillsbury, and the Bits Unicorn.
Pursuit ensued. The vehicle ended up to the 800 block of Poplar Avenue in the city of Compton, where the suspect refused to exit the vehicle. The crisis negotiation team and the mental evaluation team are on scene and attempted to communicate with the driver, but was unsuccessful. The scene right now is turned over to the Special Enforcement Bureau, and where the Special Enforcement Bureau deputies will attempt to bring the incident into a conclusion.
Oh boy, he's back to the tank. He's probably almost out at this point.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the deputies are attempting to make communication with him.
What do you mean attempting? God damn it. We have seen this man lean out of the car with his fucking belly flopped over the windshield or the window, literally talking to you guys to your face. Communication was established fucking instantly. Literally off rip. God damn it. What do you mean attempting? Just go up there and talk to him again. You have walked up to his fucking window 6 goddamn times, 2 of them to put tear gas in it. Like, there is no problem saying hello to this man and like having this conversation. Like, can you get the fuck out of the car? Get out of the car, I'll let you pet my cat. Like, anything. Like, holy shit. Communication is the easiest thing with this guy.
They are unsuccessful in getting him out of the vehicle, but they are in. So far, he's looking at driving under the influence and also assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. Exit the vehicle peacefully, and so that we can bring this to a peaceful end.
Some of the suspects' family members are at the scene?
I have no information on that, sir. We have evacuated some residents from the area for their safety. We urge the residents in the area to stay in their home and listen to deputies' orders. Do not know.
That was in the news of Compton substance. been happening since 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh boy.
It's 5:10 here on the West Coast. Maybe you're joining us from the East Coast. I understand that this has attracted a lot of eyeballs just because it's just been so wild to watch. I mean, the pursuit was wild, and when this came to an end at this wash at 1 o'clock more than 4 hours ago, we thought, okay, it's only a matter of time. We've covered these sorts of pursuits many times, and it's only a matter of time until we get the suspect into custody. Well, here we are 4 hours later. We've also seen, this is also why this guy will now be charged with assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. As soon as he hit this dead end and he saw that he was surrounded and had bodily injury to innocent,
What are they playing?
unsuspecting.
Holy shit, are they going to send a drone in there?
I don't think.
Oh my god. They've got the drone out. All right. We're entering the climax.
SWAT team, they're clearly, they are getting ready to make a move.
Yeah.
Joining us, it's nice to have a little bit of company here.
I wonder if they've been trying to set this up for the last 3 hours they've been here.
Our chopper early in the morning, and he covered this pursuit earlier on when we first jumped on the air. With
bad news, Chief. Batteries are dead.
Stu,
all right, we tried.
Overhead. You saw all of this unfold. Go ahead. What do you make of it all these hours later?
It's not wild.
Do we have Stu?
Stu?
Bear with us, folks. Just give me the thumbs up if in fact we do have Stu.
We got some audio issues here, but I've been listening to Marla talking, and she was making comments about what was going on.
I have expected this camera pan to be up there, and he's just not there anymore. He just like casually walked out and walked away. He changed his shirt at some point.
Talking about the assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. That was when that pickup truck collided with one of the deputies' vehicles. After that pit maneuver, we saw that, and
Thanks to Prime Medic and the resub so very much.
That vehicle kind of bumped one of those deputies' vehicles. I'm watching the feed live. I hope the timing is about right, but you can see right there the SEB folks, it's the Sheriff's Department version of SWAT. They've got one of their toys out right there. That's going to be a drone. I have an idea they're going to be bringing that drone or flying around, looking, maybe trying to really make sure that the best they can that suspect has no weapons inside that vehicle. Also, we were talking about this going on for 4 hours, maybe more. It definitely has been, and you've just got to wonder about that guy in the truck. Even if he was inebriated earlier on, how long can you just sit in a vehicle? I was watching some of these shots moments before.
Yeah, at this point, their strategy seems to be giving him deep vein thrombosis from being stationary for so long.
Almost kind of saying, come on, guys, arrest me. Let's bring this thing to an end. This all happening out here in the Compton neighborhood. Right now, they're keeping a real focus on that drone. They probably want to see that fly over there, keep an eye on where it's going to go, and that's probably the reason why the camera operator and the helicopter right now is keeping that shot. But that suspect sitting in that vehicle, I was watching him fidget. One of the things that we do in the helicopter is read body language, because we're not down there. We can't hear the conversation. We can't, we're not getting the cues that other people are getting when they're watching or when they're on the ground. So you kind of watch people's body language, and you can see this guy looking in the mirror. He's
Prime Nero.
Anxious. He's, the body language has changed. So this kind of gives me the idea that perhaps that this is going to be coming to, he's starting to get desperate. So maybe he might even just open the door and give up. I just hope he doesn't throw that thing in the drive and try to get away. We've been getting these wide shots also of this area. There's a pedestrian bridge right next to where that pickup truck is. We're like, okay, vehicle. Well, I'm almost wondering if that suspect doesn't want to just get out of that vehicle. Come on, I mean, if you've been sitting in a truck for 4 hours, I mean, it's time. It's time to get out of that vehicle. So
Agreed.
Right now,
I do agree.
Kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. And of course, we want to
enough horseplay. Let's call it quits here, huh?
But of course, the other side of it is, it's still a dangerous situation.
Thanks,
That
Resub
suspect
Toga.
could injure himself. They don't want to see that. There's always that possibility. That truck still runs. He has the keys. Those 4 hours during the pursuit.
Oh, here it is.
When he was inhaling from that balloon,
UAV inbound. Yes, sir.
We watched him drive on center dividers. We watched him
Here comes.
weave his way through police
Oh, maybe to like
deputy
startle him.
vehicles,
Like, oh fuck,
crashing
technology.
is kind of
Opens the door and runs.
Makes it sound more dramatic than it was. He definitely hit that deputy's vehicle, though, and that's what we were. When it happened, I knew that was the game changer. That's when everything changed, because now.
Oh, they're sneaking up on him.
Assault with a deadly weapon, not just evading and a DUI. So these
in position.
SEB there, you can see
gathering intel.
Pole in front of those deputies right there.
Calculating.
We've seen that in the past. They will put
Imagine he just crashes it into the truck.
And the ones that we saw earlier on, we were watching from way back when, they actually had deputies walking up holding these canisters of
the legendary sixth star has been achieved. The drones are out.
Technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it back in the day, but it's tear gas, basically. It's something that's going to annoy.
Oh, wait, did they tear gas him? Or is that, what the fuck is...
has inside there is different types, different
Oh, finally! What the fuck? They've tear gassed him 2 times and it wasn't that powerful. They finally brought out the big boy tear gas? It's about time! Like, they could have done this 4 hours ago.
All right, Stu, Mandela, I apologize. I'm going to interrupt you because he's jumping out.
Oh.
Obviously, because there's gas is coming out. Now he's making a run for it as he...
There we go.
And he doesn't look like he's going to make it very far. Hands up.
I'm surprised they caught him with that kind of speed.
To an end. My goodness.
Yeah, he got hotboxed on that one.
That happened all of a sudden, yet how long it has taken. We have been watching this standoff with this pursuit suspect, this reckless DUI pursuit suspect who is now going to face a charge of assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. He has sat in that white pickup truck for hours now, smoking some sort of, inhaling an unknown substance. Next thing you know, his cab was...
That's all it took. Yeah, I know. I mean, they tried 2 times earlier, but it didn't nearly get this effective. And then they just gave up doing it. They're just like, oh shit, tear gas is ineffective on this guy, I guess. And they just didn't try again for fucking 4 hours.
He didn't go far, and now he is in handcuffs. He is in custody. That was a wild end to...
When did the tear gas even get in there? The drone must have been a distraction. I want to see when that even made it.
Canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's a technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it back.
Where's it at?
It's tear gas, basically.
Oh, it's in there, right? When did it get in? Did they even tear gas him, or did his gas canister itself blow up? What happened?
Because now it's becoming assault.
They got shot through the windshield? When? I was trying to look for that.
Canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's a technical term anymore. That's what they used to call it.
Okay, it must be like right here in the helicopter cam must have missed it. Because now he's struggling with it, so he must have heard it come in. Yeah, they must have shot it through the back window, but we couldn't see it on the cam.
What SEB has inside there is different types, different brands. And that pole right there that you see.
All right. 4 hours. Thanks the resub. Bo and Pog. Oh, no shot. The drone fired it.
Makes it sound more dramatic.
I'm sure we would have seen the drone fire it. That's not exactly a small thing. I'm pretty sure it just went through the rear view window. But we couldn't see it because of the helicopter cam missed it.
It's becoming assault with a deadly weapon, not just evading and a DUI. So the SEB there, you can see that large pole in front of those deputies right there. We've seen that in the past. They will put a different type of gas canister than the ones that we saw earlier on.
I don't see the pole that he's talking about.
When they actually had deputies walking up holding these canisters of gas. We call it CS gas. I'm not really sure if that's...
Yeah, see, it's right there, because he turns around, so he must have heard it, and it was when the helicopter didn't get... Oh, and there, look, there. That's the pole. Yeah. So we just couldn't see the officers holding this pole.
What SEB has inside
okay.
is different types.
Mystery solved.
And that pole right there that you see, they will put that canister
it's basically like one of, you've seen those old, the claws and stuff that
Thanks, resub Arentaria.
people have these like grabby things.
All right,
that,
Stu, Mendel, I apologize. I'm going to interrupt you because he's jumping out, obviously, because there's gas that's coming out. Now he's making a run for it as he gets rid of his hoodie, and he doesn't look like he's going to make it very far. Hands up.
Nice. We got him. Thanks, the resub Clucky.